Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different connections and callbacks, not just to the originals and the prequels, but also Star Wars Rebels and the Expanded Universe by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this movie that a lot of people are really excited about is exactly how JJ is going to utilize all the connections to the originals and the prequels and how that will be applied in this movie and how it's going to be used in order to evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in this story. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams has a lot of tricks up his sleeve as we speak, and that he will be doing some very unexpected things with this film that's really and truly going to resonate with a lot of fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks and the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Star Wars Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the sequences that were shot included Adam Driver as Kylo Ren inside of his chambers, where it's said to be a sequence in which Kylo begins to hear the voices of his father Han Solo, as well as visions. It's said that unused footage of Harrison Ford will be used from The Force Awakens, where Kylo actually sees the Han Solo face and figure in a similar way of how it was done visually in The Force Awakens. It's described that there is a twist to the vision of Han Solo for Kylo Ren, and that it is induced by Luke Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost. It's described that Luke does have an effect on Kylo by reminding him moments of his past in order to attempt to shift him to the light side of the Force, and that Luke does play a role in the visions of Han Solo for Kylo Ren. It's described that this is JJ's parallel to Return of the Jedi of when Luke was trying to turn Darth Vader back to the light. Additionally, it's said that unused dialogue of Harrison Ford for, of course, Star Wars Episode 9 will be used from The Force Awakens and other movies in the original trilogy to this vision from alternate scenes as well, to that of the Kylo Ren and Han Solo confrontation from Star Wars The Force Awakens. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Han Solo is going to have a presence in this movie and will have scenes in the film. Is he alive? Of course he's not alive, but he will be back in the form of flashbacks and visions and stuff around those lines. Again, we do know that this movie is really going to be very heavy on all of this in order to introduce a lot of nostalgia and a lot of new moments from, of course, the sequel trilogy that could not be done in Episode 7. So, what does this really mean for Kylo Ren? Does this really mean that this is the key to, of course, that Bendemption, which means Kylo Ren's redemption arc? Now, what I find to be so clever about this, the big twist behind the Han Solo vision appearing in front of Kylo Ren himself while he's inside of his chambers, is that this vision of Han Solo is actually said to be induced by Luke Skywalker himself in the form of a Force ghost. And like I say, you can really see how it's a parallel to when Luke Skywalker was trying to turn his own father in Return of the Jedi, of course, Darth Vader, back to the light. Where in this scenario, Luke Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost is, of course, using moments of Kylo Ren's past in order to attempt to bring Kylo Ren back to, of course, the light side of the Force by making him feel remorse. So, the thing here is this, they're using unused footage of Harrison Ford as Han Solo from The Force Awakens, and they're also using unused dialogue of Han Solo portrayed by Harrison Ford from, of course, the originals and even Star Wars The Force Awakens. And many different pieces of this particular vision in Episode 9 are going to be used from alternate scenes, deleted scenes if you will, and different takes of what was done between both Kylo Ren and Han Solo on board of the catwalk in Starkiller Base in The Force Awakens just before Han's death. So, what seems very exciting about this is that J.J. Abrams is very ambitious, he's very goal-driven, and he's doing something quite amazing for this movie in order to truly bring the character of Han Solo back into Star Wars Episode 9 in a meaningful way that's really going to have a big impact on the character of Kylo Ren. In case you guys did not read The Force Awakens novelization, as Han Solo was dying, when he was resting his hand on his son's face, he pretty much still had hope that his son would turn back to the light, and since that is written in the novel, it really wouldn't make sense for Kylo Ren to be a character that would not have a redemption arc in any way, shape, or form. I think it's pretty safe to say that he will have a redemption arc in this movie, but it's going to have a different twist, a different spin on it, if you will. Maybe he's going to die in the film and then pretty much be turned back, for all we know, because we do know that resurrection is going to be used in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker to a certain extent. resurrection, it could apply to Luke Skywalker or maybe even Kylo Ren for all we know. So anyways guys, what do you think about this particular sequence involving the vision of Han Solo by use of unused footage of Harrison Ford from The Force Awakens, as well as unused dialogue from the originals and even The Force Awakens, where this vision is induced by the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker? Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.